in 2 months, I have to leave New Zealand. I've done everything I possibly can to stay here, but I've got to go. Here's what I did, and here's why I can't stay. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Ian. This is my channel, North and Forth. Please do not subscribe unless you've seen 2 or 3 of my videos and like mostly what I do. That, I know, sounds counterintuitive, but the more subscribers I have that don't watch my videos, the less YouTube pushes them. So unless you're prepared to commit, don't subscribe. So why have I got to leave? Well, I had a 6-month visa here that runs out at the end of July, and I've tried everything I can, within reason I might add. There will be people who say, well, you weren't prepared to do this or you weren't prepared to go the extra mile. I get that. I'm a 54-year-old guy. When I first arrived, I fell in love with New Zealand, and why wouldn't you? I mean, look at the place. It is stunning. And I still would love to stay here. The first thing I tried was, I'll get a job. Now, for anybody that's been following this channel for any length of time, you will know my career was an estate agent for 30 years in the UK. And sadly, estate agency is not recognised as a skilled profession in New Zealand. I had a job offer, providing I could get my New Zealand real estate license, which I think I could have done in probably 3 months if I put my mind to it. And I was prepared to do that. Now, trying to swap my tourist visa to a study visa was much more difficult than you might think. I had contacted lots of providers. Nearly all of them said, unless you're a resident, we don't want to know. One firm did say that they would do it, and they would give me a letter so that I could change to a study visa. I thought, great, I'm in. I changed to a study visa. I get my real estate license. I've got a job offer, so surely I'd get a work permit. No, even with a real estate job offer in New Zealand, unless you've got a work permit already, the employer can't sponsor you. So that was the end of that avenue. I then thought, well, there's an entrepreneur's visa. So I looked on the first page of the entrepreneur's visa, and it said, invest £100,000 in a New Zealand business, employ some people, and you can have an entrepreneur's visa. So I saw a business I wanted to buy in Pyro in the North Island, an antique shop. And having sold things on the internet for the last 2 years on eBay, what better suited industry for me? So I arranged to meet the woman who was selling it, found out the price, asked her to bring the accounts along, thought I'd better just read down a little bit further on this visa and make sure everything's okay. I read down on the visa, and at the bottom it says, this visa is closed to new applicants. Now, of course, that visa has been replaced with a new visa. The new visa is a minimum of $1 million New Zealand dollars. Now, I haven't got $1 million New Zealand dollars, so that door shut pretty swiftly as well. I then looked into other jobs. So if you tell retirement homes or new homes, you can be sponsored. But every job I applied for, pretty much the door was shut, because of course in sales, there are lots of New Zealanders who want to do that job, and rightly so, it's a decent job. So every job I tried to apply for, despite my 30 years experience in property, dealing with high level negotiations on high value properties, complex chains, each door was shut. I was left with perhaps getting a student visa and actually studying for something that is on the skilled migration list. Now, quantity surveyor or something like that would have suited because I was in the property industry, but it was a 4-year course. It would have cost me tens of thousands of New Zealand dollars. And once I got my quantity surveyor qualification, there was no guarantee that I'd get a job or a job offer. So I could spend 4 years here not earning other than part-time bar work, etc. And still at the end of that 4 years, having spent tens of thousands of dollars to get the qualification, not get a job offer. And quite frankly, I'm a salesman with ADHD. I don't want to be a quantity surveyor. I can't imagine anything more dull and boring. And frankly, sorry if you're a quantity surveyor, apologies, didn't mean to offend you, but I can't imagine anything more boring. I've got a short attention span. I need short bursts of activity, and I need to sell to people and talk to people. That's what I get off on. So I wasn't prepared to spend 4 years of my life retraining to be something I didn't want to be, only to maybe or maybe not get a job. So I have sadly come to the conclusion after 4 months in this beautiful, beautiful country that my time here has got to come to an end. And that's really sad because my best pal lives here. We've been mates for 40, nearly 50 years, best part of. I've met a lovely woman here who is incredible, and I would love to stay here and see where that goes and build that, but I can't, so that is going to have to come to an end. So my visit to New Zealand and my 6 months here are going to be bittersweet. It's a fabulous country. I've made amazing memories. I've fished in places I never thought I'd be able to fish. I did 2 weeks around the South Island with my daughter in a camper van, so I've got those memories. It's been absolutely incredible. But equally, I've got to leave people behind I'm now very fond of and move on to the next place. So what I would say is, if you're thinking of coming to New Zealand from the UK, and especially if you are a nurse, a doctor, an engineer in the caring profession, you will go straight to residency if you choose to come here. And I can't imagine why you would stay in the UK having been here for 6 months, because the place is just incredible. So thank you, New Zealand. You've been amazing. I love you, but I have to go. Thanks for watching this video. See you on the next one.